Well, howdy, folks. This is America's #1 business news podcast, Market Explainer. But before we move on to this next story, I want to tell you about our sponsor, Acre Gold. The new store of value, you can meet it today. It's the same as the old store of value. Gold. Acre Gold lets you, with a subscription model, save up and buy 2.5 grams of gold at a time. You give them $50 a month. When that $50 equals the cost of 2.5 grams of gold, they ship it out to you. I love gold as not just an investment, but a hedge against inflation. Inflation is not in the news at all right now. I wouldn't worry about that whatsoever. It's not like it's 12% in a month. But you can click down in the link down in the description down below. You can see you can go to Acre Gold and you can buy gold. You get a little kickback.
Yeah, look, everybody knows how this works. This is nothing new, folks. Yeah. Use the link, buy the gold, which you should be buying anyway. Right. We get a kickback.
Of course. Yeah. Well, this next story, of course, I don't know. The big man's going to probably say something like, my other thing, this is a story. Now I'm sorry to tell you what. Pew, pew, pew.
Actually, this is a really good story. This is actually, one that I'm probably going to take it in a way that Danny doesn't know or like or understand, but hey.
Okay. Target is going to pay 100% of college tuition and textbooks in a bid to attract new workers. Some of you may or may not be aware, there is a labor shortage in the country. A lot of people attribute, high unemployment for people. They're getting a lot of money in unemployment. A handful of states have discontinued federal unemployment for that reason, to force people back in the market, back to the workforce. But a lot of it has to do with the economy got shut down, and people had to figure out how to make do. I think this is part of the problem, part of it. People had to figure out how to make do, and so many people started an OnlyFans account. They started selling stuff on Etsy or Shopify. They were like, I have to do something to survive. And that survival mechanism turned into a real opportunity. Mm-hmm. So I think a portion of people who might not have thought of themselves as entrepreneurs were forced into entrepreneurship, and now they're going, how would I go back to work somewhere?
Well, I think that definitely is a slice. Right, that is definitely a percentage of people that's happened to. And again, we are not a political show. This is a business news podcast. These are my opinions, not a political statements. They're my opinions. Right. And my opinion, part of this is and look, screw Target and everybody else that is doing this. I do not believe that there's a labor shortage. I think there is a people aren't willing to do what they were willing to do for the pay that they were willing to do it, right? Look at these industries that are labor shortages: restaurants, retail, all of these people that get spit on, kicked on, chewed on, beat on all day, every day for the least amount of money on the planet. And and that cost incentive of doing that. How many videos, and again, I know you're not a TikTok user, but one of the biggest TikTok trends right now is people going, okay, if we're going to shut down again, I'm no longer going to be essential. I'm staying home this time. I worked all of last COVID. I'm not doing it again. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Corona, whatever. I'll clip to that. But I'm no longer going to be essential. And here's the deal, folks, is why... And look, this is all great. I mean, it's a great story. Target is going to give you free tuition, free this. But
I don't think it's a great story. Let me tell you what I think it is. I am nobody. I think that minimum wage is zero. I don't think you can do anything to lift the minimum wage. It is impossible. You cannot do it. It's like gravity. It's $0. People can make nothing. Here's the situation. When people don't want to work at a certain job for a certain amount of money, you have to pay them more. Okay? Right. And that's called the market. The market is responding, and this is what someone like me, again, it's not a political show, but I'm open about the fact that I'm a hardcore capitalist, and I believe that the entire government should be privatized. But this is the market responding to those jobs, saying, we're not doing it for this much money anymore.
Right, exactly.
The government doesn't have to come in and say it needs to be 15 or 20. People are saying we're not doing it for 10. And Target is not stupid, but Target, in this particular sense, any of the corporations are going, we don't want to pay more money. We're going to throw free tuition at people. And I've seen so many of these programs. We're going to pay your tuition. Now you go pay the tuition. You submit it to the company. I don't know if this is how they're doing it, but I've seen other places
No,
do it
they're
this way.
doing it directly to the university, and we'll get into that
Okay,
in a second because that to
right.
me is one of the most interesting parts about this
Okay,
story.
so we'll leave that for later. But what I'm saying is, then just pay them more money. Just
Just
pay
pay them
people
more
more
money.
money.
See, that's my thing.
Yeah,
Screw you and your free tuition and your free books. All of those. Again, I don't get any of this.
right.
Just pay them more money. I don't
Yeah,
understand what any because I agree with you. To me,
yeah.
raising minimum
The
wage
market
is not an
can do
answer.
nothing. But here's what's happened. So many people got kicked out of the market, kicked out of the workforce, kicked out of the workforce. Whether they downgraded their lifestyle, I don't know what they did. Whether they said, "Screw this, I'm going to go do van life. I'm going to make $1,000 a month doing van or whatever."
Right.
They had to figure out how to survive, and they went, "I'm not going back to that kind of career, that lifestyle, that job, that dead end job, working at Target, working at Walmart, whatever it is. I'm not going back to that for such little money." And you, so, and I'm one of these. If I ever build a huge, massive corporation, which is not something I'm likely to do because it's not in my personality type, I'd rather
Mm-hmm.
own investments, and I just don't want to be that hands on. But I'm just saying, like, if I was to ever do that, I would have a strict thing where it's like we're not. Everyone's a 1099 contract. We're going to pay you the maximum amount of cash that we can put in your pocket. You figure the rest of it out. And if you want to go to college, take it out of your money. Like, they're doing this because they understand one thing. This is a carrot they're going to dangle in front of people's faces. But then, how many people they're going to go? I'm going to apply to a job at Target because I'm going to go to college. How many people are actually going to figure out how to actually get Target to pay, so they know they're
Well,
not going to have to pay?
and how many people are going to actually use? See, this is what I hate about incentives. Is Target can come out and be all over the news. You and I sit here and talk about this because they're doing this to help recruit people and keep people and
Just for
create
trending on Twitter. That's
and
why we're
create
doing
an
it. It's trending on
educated
Twitter.
workforce when here's the reality. They are offering a service, regardless of how it's completed, and then, again, we'll get to that in a second, that
Right.
they know that at least a large portion of the people that go to work for Target will never use.
They get all the accolades of the corporate
Exactly.
responsibility from having done it. They get all the good PR. They go, hey, Walmart and Amazon fulfillment, they're not paying for you to go to college.
It's like
And
everything
Target
on
will.
late night infomercials that offer a money back guarantee. They know that 9 out of 10 times, whether it works or doesn't, you won't jump through the hoops of getting your money returned to you.
And
This
what
is
are
the
the
same
hoops?
thing.
Yeah, what are the hoops?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It
So
doesn't
does it
matter
work?
how low level the hoop is. Even mail us back what you didn't use. People aren't going to do it. If it requires anything, they're just not going to do it. And so I'll give you a firm example, and then we'll move on to how this is working because I think that's the most interesting part. My nephew, 17-year-old kid, right, high school kid, working or whatever, at the height of last year, was making $18 an hour to get your groceries, right, that you ordered online to bring out to your car. He was getting paid $18 an hour to pick groceries off the shelf and put them in a bag and put them in your trunk. $18 an hour. But as soon as the number of those shoppers diminished because the spring
Yeah.
and whatever, what did they do to his job?
Gone.
Gone. Gone. Now, this is my point. And again, I'm actually all for that. You don't need something and you're paying somebody a lot more. You should be able to. But that to me is this Target's trying to get by what you and I just said. I don't care about minimum wage. If you can't get somebody to do that job, you got to pay somebody more to do it. Don't give these little stupid incentives. Don't tell me you think I'm dumb, which is what
Right.
to me you're doing.
Yes.
Right?
Like, this is your here's the thing. Again, I'm just saying I'm not some we need to fight for 15. That's the opposite of what I am. I'm just saying that you're telling me that I don't know the difference between money and college tuition reimbursement. I know the difference between, like, hey guys, I want more money. Best we can do is we ping pong table in the break room. I want more money.
But you can wear jeans
jeans
on Friday, Danny. You can wear jeans on Friday. Wacky shirt Wednesdays.
Right, yeah.
right? Like,
What's this, Trader Joe's? I don't care.
can we get over this culture crap? I mean, seriously, I get that every business needs to be cohesive and you need to work as a team, and I'm all for that. But can we get over this culture crap that I'm supposed to be loyal to you when you know at the drop of the hat you are never loyal to me? Can we get over that and just simply go back to, you want me to do a job, I'm willing to do it for X price, and let's all move on from there. I will spend, if I want to go to college, I'll spend it. If I want it, you know what I mean?
I 100% agree, and I think there's a lack of basic market understanding of, there's all of this corporate culture, these consultants come in and they say, we need to say special words. Nobody cares.
No, nobody cares. Here's the real winner of this story, and most people will miss it. It's called Guild Education. Guild Education is the name.
Okay.
Here's the real winner. Guild Education is a company that goes around, because Target is not going to University of Texas and saying, hey, can we negotiate down an admissions and books prices and whatever. No. That would be way too difficult, right?
Yeah.
Guild Education, which nobody's heard of ever.
I just heard of it right now.
Okay, is a multi-million-dollar business that does that. And they partner with places like Target, University of Arizona, Rice University in Houston, Michigan State University, all these nonprofit colleges that every state university in every state, they go to places like Target and say, hey, you want to offer this to all of your clients. Here's a list of colleges, and here's a list of degrees that apply to your business. You pay the tuition directly to the university. So you don't. There's no reimbursement process or whatever. You pay for the books or whatever, and guess what the college does with some of that money?
What?
They give it to Guild Education.
Of course, yeah, because they got the
the partnership.
Yeah, of course, yeah. And that's how all of the listen. It's a referral bonus, right?
But again, this is an industry that honestly, I didn't know, an industry as far as what Guild Education does, I didn't know existed a day ago.
Right. Okay.
Until I started looking into this story. And they're the winner.
Yeah.
They're the winner in this.
I know someone in Austin, actually. I have their business card somewhere upstairs. I know someone in Austin who their full-time job is helping kids figure out what college to go to and sign up for different incentives programs, different tuition
grants, fill out applications.
Yes. They guide you through the process. We don't charge the student a penny. I remember this guy saying that repeatedly. We don't charge you anything. And he's getting stupid dummy kickbacks from the universities, from the programs, because some of these grants, the government grants, so they have to get them kicked out or they have to get them sent out. And so there's all these incentives. And listen, for that guy, he figured out how to navigate the waters. Good for him. Let him get paid. For Guild Education, let him get paid.
They're getting paid. And here's the kicker, Danny.
$bucks.
Here's the kicker. The co-creator, co-owner, and current CEO of Guild Education, Stanford College dropout.
There you go. I love it. I freaking love it. I love anytime a dropout, he's going around promoting the thing that they left. Like, I dropped out of college to start this business.
That's exactly Rachel Carlson. Rachel Carlson, current CEO of Guild Education, Stanford dropout.
Right.
To create and start this. Like, that is, see, that to me is the real story behind this Target story. Like, Target doing it, fine, whatever. Just pay people more money, you'll get more employees.
Yeah,
easy, done. Hard. You're stupid, right? But this, the winner in these, and guess what? Their business is just going to grow because companies out there, they are hard-headed because they know if they pay employees more, that goes to that takes away from the bottom line, which stockholders don't like. But if they offer perks, these perks are tax write-offs. They're perks, right? They can write them off. It lessens the bottom line. And I look, I would just get rid of them. Look, I'll say it. I like you, I'm a capitalist in a different way. I've got a bigger heart. I don't believe in the anarchy part. I believe we should still have a responsibility to people. Danny doesn't necessarily agree with that. However, I am a capitalist in that stop all of these dumb yeah, see, that's Danny. That's Danny's true face right there, folks.
That's my real face.
He's an anarchist capitalist or whatever he calls himself. But I don't believe anarcho-capitalist. Excuse me.
That's fine.
I'm gonna buy you a shirt that says anarcho-capitalist right there.
I already made them.
My point though is stop offering these dumb things and just pay people. Just pay them. You'll find all the employees you want, and it'll probably cost you less in the long run to retain them.
Well, because I think if you go out there and you start paying kids, whomever, $20 an hour, I think you're going to find the right kind of workers.
Yeah, and Rachel
So,
Carlson and Guild Education.
yeah,
Good on you, man. I found a new superhero. I found a new person
yeah,
that I'm gonna have to follow on Twitter, and you know
right,
what I
yeah.
mean. Maybe we can get her on the podcast here to talk about how she thought this because it sounds like a scam to me. It's not a scam. It's a business model. But
It feels like
a
one.
Stanford college dropout creates a
Yeah,
business that gets kickbacks from colleges for finding businesses that want to
yeah.
send people to college for free. It sounds like a scam. It feels like a scam, but
Listen,
she's making millions, Danny.
good for her.
Millions.
Um, of course, listen, one party note, I think general university education, for 90% of the people who go is a scam. That's just my opinion.
The
But
return
I
on
think,
I don't know about scam, but return on investment is definitely
sure,
not there in most industries.
I agree with that. So let's just, with that, where we both agree on something for the first time in history of the show,